The clock is 1 minute over 12. It's Monday the 13th September 2021. About 11:30, I did walk around the red building today where I live. And when I come walking around there, then this Matthias was standing with his back to me when I was coming walking around the corner. And then he turned he turned around and say, "Why?" Like, "Where?" And then he hit himself in his hand. And then I begin to run. And then he say, "What are you doing?" And then I say, "I'm running." Weird reaction. Maybe it's because he have got a child that he's reacting like that. Or maybe he do something. Maybe he do something to other people down there, so he have that reaction that he is nervous because he's doing something. Maybe. Yeah, I've told you that maybe he's touching other people's phone down there. I don't know. Don't really care. He have said to my face that he don't like me and nobody like me where I live. Okay, so that's why they are shutting me down or what? So he is fucking with my phone or what? This was a weird reaction. I was going out on the road, on the big road, Christopher's Alley, when I run out there. After that, he do that. And then I stand out there for a moment so he is calmed down and go into himself so I could go back. But then he come out to the road. Weird reaction. It's not the first time I experienced that with him. There was another day with his dog, coming walking over to me with his two dogs, like fucking weirdo. And that day he said to me, "Nobody likes me. They don't like me and nobody does," he said. Like I care about some people that's touching my shit without asking me or informing me or think they shall have something to do with me. I don't care what he is. This was a weird reaction. Like he shall scare me away from where I live down there. Fucking weird. This was the man that was his woman unfaithful when she was pregnant. Maybe with a woman in number 4 that lives upstairs. Because after I said it on YouTube, I don't see his boyfriend coming in that apartment anymore. I see another man in her apartment. Maybe that's her father. I don't know. I don't think so. I just know that I had the same feeling about her like every woman on the mental institute. That's the feeling I had with her. Like trying to make a move on me when she was with this boy that was coming in her apartment. It looks like that. I would say like that. Her mind definitely kind of showing that every time I sit out there. I don't like them. I don't like them because of the people that was living there before. And now they live there. And you know why. Because of this with the phones. It's a part of the game. I don't have to talk more about that, but for about a week ago or something like that, I say to some people down there in number 6, they are falling there. I said to them, it's not so good that they are holding down on where the cars is turning. It's not legal for them to hold there. There's like yellow on the road, not like where the bosses is holding, but with a hole in the yellow. But you can nearly not see it actually. I was just saying to them that if they did not know it, that they cannot hold there because they just move in down there. So I just want to tell them the yellow is not so clear. And then I said to them, yeah, you never know if people are calling the police or something like that because they're crazy down there. I don't think they would do that, but I just want them to make them aware over that. Now I had some experience before with some other people that was holding down there that had something to do with my life. So here in Friday, they hold down there again, but just this time they hold over where I live. Him and his woman in there, and they hold there on this certain time, where there's hall on the line. I don't say they have nothing to do about it, but you never know. I think they're good guys, but like I said to you, you never know. You never know who is the good guys. I just know they are not Danish. So it cannot be like a help for me, And there was kissing in the car. Had a moment. Then they see I was walking over to their car. And then I asked them about they was taking some boxes off their car. Then he say what? And then I say it again, and then he say, no, we are just holding here. Had a little moment with his sexy lady in there. And then I say to them, it's not so good they hold down there because I have phone problems. No, I was not saying that. I was saying I have experience with other that was holding down there. Because I had phone problems. I was saying something like that, I think. And then I go in. That was the only thing I was saying. I was not in so good mood because, all of them is fucking with my shit. Nobody that's moving in down there is saying shit to me. They just have something to do with my shit. So then I go in and they was driving away from that place right after. Then later in the afternoon, I cannot stay in my apartment because of my neighbor upstairs. It's not only him, it's downstairs too. Just because they are women's, it does not mean that they're not fucking with my shit. Today they educate women's to fight the war, you know that? Because God is a man. So, later on in the afternoon, something happened on my phone. It was dark, I remember. I think the clock had been about 9 or something like that. Something happened on my phone. Oh yeah, I get a Tinder profile, I think, with a woman. She was not skinny. I think she had some stomach. Okay, she can have stomach. It's okay. But my net is not open, so somebody have choose that profile to me. I think that is the case. I'm not sure. Or maybe you have just been the first one that could go through the net. And then it was that profile. Because it was a real profile, maybe. I don't know. I just get that. I see that later in the afternoon. They was holding down there earlier. And then I go in and remove the profile. The other day, I get a profile too on my phone. It was an okay woman. Not first class, but more in the middle, I will say. Maybe she looked better in real life. You never know. But I don't really care, anymore about this shit over the net. I don't get no letters back. So I don't really care about the net. I've lost some money on that, so it's not free, There's nothing free for me on that shit. So I removed her, I remember, and then there was a reaction in their apartment. They was getting like angry or something like that. When I removed this profile in Friday, it was a beautiful, a little, with a little bit stomach, a beautiful, with some extra, not looking bad, okay. Maybe she looked better in real life, you never know. I have some experience that it can very cheat. Pictures can very cheat. I had a date when I was younger, in my 20s, and I see this woman, same kind like I see on this picture. It just looked like she was so round, with some chings and things like that. And I make a date with her. Even if she was not my type, I just give it a chance when I was younger. And when I come to the place, I see she was so skinny and beautiful. But that was weird. She did not come over to me and say something. Yeah, she said something, but it was just weird. I remember it. So it was a bust. That was sad. Because I like her when I see her. This time I removed this profile. I'm not giving this one a chance. I'm more curious at how the reaction is on my net. And they was laughing in their apartment. I remember there was reaction in their apartment on number 6, So I don't say they had something to do about it, just a reaction. And right there was something else happening on my phone, I remember. So I shout, "Now you fucking leave my fucking phone alone." I was saying that. They come so quiet down there. That was in Friday. Because, people are entertained over my situation, and it's not an entertainment. It's not funny. There's no fun about this shit. It's fucking disgusting. Someday I end on the church with no children. Yeah, one they have steal from me in my 20s in this shit country. Steal. Over a fucking PC shit net. That's why you all shall be aware over there on this Deutsch English invasion, Swedish fuck, American, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's all of it. Just be aware out there, when you use your shit. It's controlled. It's not free. No app is free. There's an owner that make the app. So be aware, okay? Even the software on your phone, there's an owner, and so on and so on. It's companies you buy and you invite into your life when you're using it every fucking day. So, was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday, yes. And in Saturday I was going in my apartment, and I had an app, and then my neighbor said over my phone once again. It's not something new, it's happening fucking every day. And my app changed. The color is fucking changing on my app right after, and it have not gone back ever since. That's fucking irritating. This time I write to the police that he have changed my background, and I'm tired of it, and they shall do something about it. About my neighbor upstairs. Because she's irritating. I have said that I don't want them in my life. They're just, I cannot get rid of them. I think that was Saturday. Now it's Sunday today. I wake up late. I go outside and eat my breakfast. And I sit out there, and I think the clock become 1 or 2, I'm not sure. I go back. I see the woman in number 4 going out with her dogs. She's actually coming towards me. I'm standing outside number 8. I go in number 8 and I look out, and then I look down for 1 second or something like that, and then I look up, and then she is away. The woman is away. So she have gone into number 6. Okay, she's living in the stairs next to that, so she could have gone in the basement and maybe out on the other side or back to her home. Or maybe she even maybe visit somebody in number 6. You know how she have flirted with everybody, or even me down there. I don't know what girl she is about. She is hired to do that, or she just wanna have a lot. All that she can get. The women can be like that. So maybe she was together with somebody in number 6. You never know. But it's a little bit weird because I go in, and it's getting late. I think the clock is... what is the clock there? I go in and make some more food. It's the middle of the day. I go out and I eat that, and the clock becomes 2, and my ghost friends say trouble. There's trouble in the air, So I know I can count on him. So I go back. When I come back, I see a whole black car. Like a van. You know that? You can have a lot inside in the back. I think the police is using those kind of cars too when they are filming people in their cars. Yeah, I know number 6 was driving in a car that was making a lot of noise. Not a good thing, It was over the normal sound wave that were coming out of that one. So maybe this police car was driving after them, maybe to their home, I don't know. But they take this box you can open, like out of aluminium, with them upstairs. I don't know about their taking fingerprint and things like that. I could imagine. I don't know what have happened there, but they did not take him with them. It's just weird because earlier in the day I see the woman from number 4 go maybe in there. I'm not sure, but she did do that. I just know she was there and then she was not there. Yeah, so there was 2 police people down there today about 2 o'clock. And then I'm asking myself, why is this always on the Sunday? Why are they always picking me up on Sundays where there's no lawyer on work? Why are they fucking always doing it in the fucking weekend? Is that like they have an appointment with the lawyers and the system and everything to do that on Sunday, so they are sure that they have no rights? Is that why they do it on Sunday? It's funny. The day before I was standing and talking with somebody. I'm definitely thinking on that. But I will nothing say about that. But I'm aware, because nobody moves in down there without having something to do with something. You know, even if people look like they do a crime, or not a crime, sorry, it's dealing with people that make crimes, you know, even if they pretend to look like that. You cannot trust them, you know, because maybe they are just down there to infiltrate something down there, you know, because they just wanna ruin fucking everything around me. I definitely think that. Maybe I don't know. I don't know who that's fucking doing this shit to me, but today I understand that we have like a Deutsche police force in Denmark. That's why the Swedish people are saying that Denmark is Deutsch, because they sit in our government. I don't know how it could go so wrong. So the behavior from the police today is kind of Deutsch. I don't know about they are blind and cannot see it, but I understand why, because you shall understand the history in the north and what Hitler did awaken in our north, to make our north aware over our past. And that's what it's all about. Because once in Egypt there was lambs that was being made as slaves for the cat people. And the lamb was the Hebraian people. And the cat people was breeding them to become better slaves. And of course using them and making children on them. So you understand that the Israel people have the Pharaoh's blood in them. Those that call themselves gods. And I understand this today. I understand that the Egyptians was very wise and have a future sight. And maybe there's something about the religion Because when I look at those people today, I understand the history today. And you shall understand that in Egypt, as what the religion says, that sometimes they was killing children of the slaves because they become too strong, maybe. And they try to keep them so they could control them, so they could keep on working for them. I think that's how it is. And this Moses story, there's maybe a little bit about it. Because I think that they did get away from Egypt, the slaves. Something looked like that. And the slaves maybe make their own empire of what they did know from Egypt. And maybe even those people of the slaves have a future sight or a connection to the past in a spiritual way. Or maybe what they don't tell us about, our sky. You know, today they make a lot of movies to make you look a different way on it. You know, some song, some is singing about Skyfall, you know. Some is saying Skynet, you know, and there's a lot of funny ways that they have made stories about it out there. In the old days, they called it angels, you know. Yeah, today they call them aliens, things like that. I've not been up there, so you're not getting the answers from me. That's a long time ago since I've been up there, so... Or is it? Yeah, you never know. I just know there were signs when the World Trade fall. Something is indicating that on YouTube. I just know they maybe was present in Japan and Mexico, Norway, and other places on Earth. Even Denmark. It's funny when you look at the American flag, then they have a lot of stars. Maybe they have something to do about that. Stars. I don't know. Maybe. So maybe the people from Egypt did create Ram. And maybe they was the slaves in Ram. Maybe it was the slaves from Egypt trying to make another kind of world than where they came from. And maybe they wanted to change the whole world because maybe they did see that everywhere on Earth it was like the old Egypt. And you know that the kingdom of Ram was touching all the way up to England, all the way up to Deutschland. Maybe that's why we have our, do you know the sun wagon in Jylland? They've dig up from the ground. Maybe there's some indication from Ram. The golden horns, you know that? because it definitely look like something from that place. Yeah, I know it's Vikings. I know they're saying that, and yeah, maybe it is something in between. Maybe our kingdom in Denmark maybe have relations to Moses. Maybe we have a secret in our north. Maybe that people have traveled to United States of America. Maybe they live in England. Maybe they live in Deutschland. Maybe they live in Russia and Sweden. Maybe they live every place is up here. The pharaohs from old Egypt. But not a clean Egyptian pharaoh, but a mix of lamb and cat, a new species. A species that can eat both. A better people, maybe. Maybe you've heard this too out there. When lambs becomes lions. Have you heard about that? It's funny, all the police people have lions on their uniform. So that's why you shall understand that Hitler was wrong. And then again, he was kind of right, because they think that they did rule the world. But they didn't. Yeah, maybe through Rome. Maybe that's why he was copying it. But I just think he did not understand the history right. Because I think it was a mistake. No, that was wrong said, to think. It was a mistake. It was a mistake to kill the Jews. But he wanted to clean the religion away, so they could manipulate our people up here, I think, to what our kind was up here. And it's funny, because those that have the religion and call themselves Jews, I'm not sure about they are real Jews. Because a lot of them is looking very Egyptian out. But of course, after they left Egypt, yeah, maybe they did split up, so maybe some stay down there, some did travel to the north. Many places, maybe many places. So maybe that's why we look like this in the north. So all their stories about that because we was eating this and that's why we have turned out like this is bullshit. If you understand the history, if you believe a little bit about the history, we have to believe a little bit in the Bible. Sorry, I have to say, Old Testament, there's some clues to today. I find out that star shootings is something about us. It's something about us. Or maybe a Pharaoh. Now today too, you shall understand that the story about Jesus Christ is true. It's a true story. There did walk a man on this earth that called himself Jesus. It's a true story. About they try to perfect the story more, maybe. But he did exist. And he was a king of the Jews. Because he was a Pharaoh, a child of, I cannot promise you that he was from Moses, but his blood must have been from the pharaohs, the gods of the pharaohs. How they show it on the Egyptian walls down there. But Jesus was not the only one, but maybe the only of his kind, if you can say it like that. You know, like when you see everything so clear and you love people so high, you understand then this behavior because you see it. You know too now that maybe a lot of the things that have been told in the Bible can be true. Like Samson, maybe even Noah. But the longer we go back in the story, the more we may be misunderstanding it. Or maybe it did repeat itself down here to tell another story about what that did really happen. Maybe. I'm not sure. But it's funny because when you see the New Testament, then you can see that it's like kind of a little bit copying the story about Moses with Jesus. Jesus is just changing it to a more loving God. Or maybe the Roman people did love him so high, so they did put the story down like that. Hey, somebody have type the story, you shall understand that out there. People did follow him. I don't believe that it was him that was writing the story, if you understand what I mean. Yeah, maybe he did. He was a Jew, so, and well taught. So maybe some of it, I don't know. But he have some disciples that did write maybe down what he did. I don't know what they stand about that. But definitely something definitely something you shall understand and think about. Somebody did write it down. And you have to understand the possibility of that it was not Christ himself writing the Bible. But the love to him have definitely been expressed in the story from the person that have write the stories down. When you have moved into our time today, everything becomes a whole other story. Things is being turned upside down, and maybe there's a reason. And the reason is that maybe they will not expose the stars. There can be many reasons for that. If you expose the stars, like Jesus Christ, if you expose them, yeah, of course, maybe they expose themselves. Maybe there's different variation of it. But let's say you expose the children that's coming into the world. If you expose them as stars when they come into our world, somebody is putting a price on their head. That's something you shall understand. Then suddenly our country and our governments see it as a nation treasure. So the humans in our country becomes the nation's value because they have stars. You understand? So when the stars is coming into this world, they will maybe not tell it to the parents or the family, but just keep silent about it. Maybe they will try to corrugate the women's into this man's life, so they are controlled over what kind of children they are going to get out of it. Maybe more stars. That's one version. Kind of controlling their life in a secret prison for them. That's what I realized down here, how my life have turned out. And then, of course, there's the people that maybe become famous because they have a talent, because they are a star. There can be different variations. But if there's signs on the heavens when a child is being born, understand that they does not want people to know. Some will maybe see the child as the devil if he does not behave like Jesus Christ. And they will always put our reality up against the religion. What is a little bit sad, because the pharaohs is the devils for the Jews, because they was enslaving them, so of course they are the devils for them. So maybe that's why too that the Jews was killing their king. You understand? Because he was a king of Egypt. The Jews' king. You understand? Because the pharaohs in Egypt was godly. And when they're being born, their personality makes a new picture of a new god. That's how I see it. A new pharaoh, a new personality, that's person behavior will give him his name to become what kind of god he is. Of course, maybe you believe out there, maybe you does not. It doesn't really matter, because the signs is out there and they are real and you cannot deny them. If you does not go out and look after them, you will never awaken to the truth. So, shall we let the Jews keeping on killing pharaohs when they pop up in their population? Like a witch hunt. You understand what I'm saying? You always see Satan with his witches getting the magic from their devil. And maybe in the religion, the magic is maybe coming from his dick. There are some relations in religion to the dick and sex and all this. This is a sin. You understand what I'm saying? Now you understand the later on version of our history with the witch hunt, because of understanding our earlier past of the religion from old Egypt and the magic that they in the past had very pressure. Now you say out there, there's not such thing as magic. Magic is many things. It is not only a Harry Potter flashing around with his stick, making something that's not there to become out in air. Or make it disappear with his stick. Maybe it's not like that. Maybe it is that too. In some extraordinary magic moments where it can become possible. Maybe it is a reality. Because they say our evolution is our belief. That's the evolution. So if our evolution is our belief, then the magic comes from the dream that you make birth to and put in progress into our world. It was nothing. It became a thought, and a thought was being worked on, and a thought did become to something real that you can touch, and suddenly it was a finished product, and now everybody have it, because it was a genius dream that everybody wanted. Maybe like a chair, maybe like a house, maybe like a window, Maybe like a phone. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe you say out there's not such thing as magic. Oh, I tell you, my friend, even the money you have, that piece of paper is magic. Somebody put their time in something, and in return, they get some papers. And now everybody believe that this paper has value, and they believe that the paper has value because they know that people have put their time and get that in return. Isn't that magic? Maybe you can come on other suggestion what magic is. Maybe you'll just say, no, that's just a way of life. Yeah. Maybe our world, a way of life, is just a way of magic. The birth from an old world that have died, and a new on earth, I will definitely say that our world is made out of magic. If we don't believe in our area and in ourselves and give the belief of magic to love, then we will not see it. And hatred will grow in our hearts, and destruction will be seen in our streets. And to each other. So, what Jesus did, yeah, that was a turning point. A turning point in magic. To believe in love. What a great thing. Because if we believe in something else, maybe it will become our destruction. So realize what you do to each other in the place where you live, and then share some love from understanding. Not be selfish. Yeah, love is selfish, isn't it? It's a selfish thing, isn't it? We want each other. It is me, Me I want, It's a selfish thing. So maybe it's not that love, but the other one. When we give to each other. Just like Jesus was teaching. This was just a night story for you out there. I just wanted to say, because then you can maybe make sense out of it all in our past up here. That this chaos have always walked along with our people. Because old Egypt is living in us. And it's something we have to deal with. Like a half part of us is a fallen angel, you might say. I hope you enjoy it out there. I hope you make you think. Okay. See you on the next story. Bye bye.